What is up, everybody? Crustless Crypto here, back in that video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 2,500 subscribers, guys. 200 more to go. I will be giving away $150 worth of e-gold once we hit 2,500 subscribers, so make sure you guys are supporting the channel. I'd like to thank everybody here for making this happen and giving me so much growth. It is truly appreciated. I'd like to also wish everybody a happy New Year's 2022. I cannot believe it. 2021 kind of just flew by for me, and I cannot wait to see what this new year brings. New crypto growth, new investments, and new opportunities. So let's get right into the video, guys. As stated in my video here, I bought $8,000 worth of SAITO, and I'll tell you why. Now, I'm not a whale by any means here, but it was stupid of me not to pull the trigger after, my last video, putting it up here in the card above me and doing a little bit more research on it. It kind of dawned on me that this is an opportunity of a lifetime here, and just the potential that this coin, the SAITO network, has to offer really piqued my interest, and I'd like to thank everyone out there for pinging it on my radar. Now, looking at the price, now SAITO is sitting at 6.3 cents, so it's actually kind of stabilizing here. It did have a nice little pump, and obviously not much growth is going on in the crypto market right now. Bitcoin is still kind of stagnating, even dropping, and a lot of coins are not really making any significant headway. But this is, like always, a perfect accumulation opportunity. Not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but for me personally, I didn't care about the price pump that happened. I pulled the trigger. I bought $8,000 worth of SAITO because I see the opportunities within it and what it's trying to do for Web3 and essentially incentivization of people who are working for the network. Now, I'd like to get into a little more detail than what I covered in my last video. I didn't even realize that on this right-hand side here, there's an anonymous account. And if we were to click this, you can actually set something up directly on the SAITO website. Now, I haven't really played around with it too much, but as you guys can see, you can access your wallet. I'm not sure exactly if it links to a MetaMask. If we look here, not essentially. I mean, it does say an anonymous account. So if anybody who's actually played with this and used this, please let me know what this is, because it says it's kind of like a mailbox, and I don't know what it exactly links to. It does have kind of a code here. Does it link to your IP address or whatnot? Because it does say install new crypto. I'm going to continue to play around with it, but I just want to let you guys know that this feature is here for you to use. Also, I never actually got into who the team is, which probably is the most important thing, right, when it comes to a cryptocurrency and a network. So as you guys can see here, it is led by David Lancashire, the co-founder. He's a tech entrepreneur who has been involved with the Chinese crypto space since 2012. He co-founded the SAITO project and has presented on blockchain at Tsinghua Economy and at the Asia Blockchain Summit in Taipei. David did graduate work at the Berkeley and has a background in tech, political science, and economics, which is pretty awesome. Now, I did not realize as well that, so he's Canadian and he's living in China and specializes in Mandarin. I took a look at his LinkedIn profile, and, people who consider these people doxed, as in we know their identity, kind of gives you more reassurance that we know who are behind the project and not just some anonymous developers who are trying to rug pull people. Scrolling down here, you also have Richard Paris, has 15 years of experience leading technology products and teams in Japan and Asia. After exiting his previous startup, Richard helped design SAITO Consensus and co-founded the project. He has degrees in mathematics and philosophy from Melbourne. I'm pretty sure Melbourne's Australia, if I'm right with my cities here. And as we can see here, Clayton Rabenda studied electronics and electrical engineering at Lehigh University and worked on the web technology team at Viacom and Amplify Incorporated before joining Google as a software engineer focused on fraud protection in companies' advertising platforms. And then lastly, as we can see here, Shirley Shi leads marketing and outreach, responsible for community building, user/network growth, strategic partnerships, and getting the SAITO message out. Shirley has rich experience in the blockchain industry with projects and exchanges. She has implemented marketing and operation strategies to realize overall growth. So as I can see here, I'm not gonna, stereotype, but she's probably from Asia, China as well. It just makes sense considering that these two individuals are heavily Asian based. So, kind of around the Pacific area. Now, it's interesting that you have people who are from Canada or from at least Anglo nations, and from what I'm seeing, and they're working in China. I think that's awesome. Mandarin is a very hard language to learn. So, but the thing is, there's opportunities there Now I'm not sure how they're doing with the whole crypto crackdown with the Chinese government. I won't go into too much detail about China, but as we all know from what we hear and what we watch in the news, there are definitely some concerning things. Now, they also state here, we are also proud to be running a distributed team of marketing staff, network debuggers and testers, application developers, and community managers. Approximately half of our staff are based in Asia, with the remainder distributed through Spain, South Africa, and South America. So just like I said, heavily Asian based, and I would like to see, how they perform against other cryptocurrencies. Now, what I mean by that is, when it comes to China, will they have the full support of the Chinese government like VeChain kind of has? That is essentially important because if they are working in China and China decides to shut them down or stop their operations, I don't want it to jeopardize the network as a whole. But again, they're pushing for decentralization, so that is very nice. Now, moving on here, they do have their developer poster, and I didn't actually get into this. They are developing on Saito is the Rust implementation. They're currently working on a Rust implementation of Saito consensus that will form the backbone of our next testnet. As we all know, it's currently running as an ERC20 token right now. The code base will be highly performant but also flexible enough to support variations of the consensus algorithm, which we can test on multiple testnets. The code can be found in the Saito Rust repo on GitHub, and we also have a Kanban board where we do sprint planning. Anyone who wishes to contribute should check there to see what our current priorities are, although we also welcome contributions that aren't part of the short-term roadmap. We also have dev channels on Discord and Telegram where we are always happy to answer technical questions. So they are heavily on social media, so they do have a Discord and Telegram if you want to go and check it out. Now, what's important to know here is they are working on SAITO-Lite. Now, SAITO-Lite represents the team's first attempt at a full-feature blockchain that is also easy for dApp developers to write applications on top of it. Everything you see on Saito.io, the wallet, chat, and all the games are running on this framework, so that is very interesting. That's very cool. Every move in every game is broadcast on the testnet being run by this codebase, so the Saito-Lite is kind of their first way of getting into the game here and actually running something as similar to a full-feature blockchain, I'm sorry. And, comparing it to the current market price that we're looking at here at $66 million, that's pretty nice for a low cap coin. This will definitely trigger an uptick in price as we see more mass adoption. They also state here it is possible to build Saito-Lite applications without installing anything, but debugging is easier with a local node. Again, you require 4 gigabytes of RAM and a recent version of Node JavaScript. I believe that's what it is. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys want to start building on it, you can. Now, Saito consists of several layers. They have 3 different layers here: the core blockchain, the application/modules, and the layer 3 and application widgets. So when people wonder what kind of layer Saito is trying to do, they're wanting to be a layer 1 blockchain, which means that they're going to be a blockchain, but also consisting of applications modules and as well as in application widgets. So a lot more room to grow from where they currently are. And what I'm seeing is, pretty impressive already. They do break down the different layers of their network here. As you guys can see here, layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. I'll let you guys check that out for yourself. They also have a blog here, which I am a big fan of because when it comes to blogs, communication and connection is important for me. And if I'm able to go on their blog, just like the L1 network, for example, and I'm able to see their updates when they posted it, gives me a lot more content to kind of make for you guys and to kind of spread the awareness. But also I'm keeping tabs of where they are in their roadmap. It is awesome that they do have it here, and it's pretty simple and pretty easy to digest. They do offer AMAs, Ask Me Anythings, and they do have recaps that they, talk to different influencers out there and medias. So it's pretty cool to see, and I can't wait to see what their next update is. Probably one of the most important things here I missed, so the actual roadmap. I did show a roadmap on their main page, but this is more extensive. It actually breaks down the phases of what they're trying to do. So there's 4 eras here, and it starts with the Rust consensus, the dawn of persistence, the real economy, and then lastly, the open era. So very interesting names to tag on phases, and it's very extensive. I've read through it myself. I'm not going to bore you with it, but it does show you exactly what they're doing and what phases that there are in. So currently, I believe they're still in Rust consensus phase, so phase 1. So we're super early to this, and a lot of stuff that they're going to want to implement, like staking, for example, is in here, and it's extremely powerful stuff that they're actually going to be implementing, in the future. Now, I just wanted to capitalize on their supporters, so I didn't really go into much detail on why this is important. Now, when it comes to funding, right, any kind of project, you need a lot of money to start out with, unless, you're like Elon Musk and have billions of dollars at your disposal. These are entities that are willing to invest into this ecosystem, this project, this blockchain, in order to see it be successful. Now, when it comes to bear markets, right, something I did not explain, if a coin goes down in price, the money that is actually funded by these venture capitalists will help the core team, sustain themselves during the bear market if there is ever one coming. In my opinion, venture capitalists are there to ensure that they are floating, so to speak. And since they do have a lot, it's not just one or two entities, they have multiple. This shows that people are seeing the potential in this ecosystem and the technology that they're going to be rolling out. Transitioning from this, there's a person who tweeted a solid post here talking about the SAITO network. Now, he says here that the Intelligent Investors Incorporated whales are buying up SAITO. Now, he states here that SAITO's design corrects the collective problems inherent in proof of work and proof of stake mechanisms so that profit-seeking actors compete to bring money into the network, permitting scalability to the point that underlying hardware rather than economic constraints impose limits on blockchain growth. This is something they did put in their white paper and I covered. Very essential you guys understand what that is about. The fundamental problems affecting the blockchain scaling are economic. SAITO fixes these issues, allowing the team to build a massively scalable blockchain which achieves scalability by ensuring that payments flow to the nodes that spend money on network infrastructure. Those who pore over the technical details of the SAITO network will find embedded in it 7 major innovations in blockchain technology. 1. Automated transaction rebroadcasting, other known as ATR. The burn fee, the golden ticket system, pay split and pause split, in-block golden tickets, a secure multi-party voting mechanisms, and lastly, the chain of cryptographic signatures that permits the SAITO blockchain to identify and reward productive nodes in the routing network. Patent protection has been secured on these 7 techniques. Now, the fact that they have patents on it shows that they're taking this very seriously, and the stuff that they're going to be rolling out is potentially game-changing. He also states here that 2022 will be a great year for SAITO. Narratives around Web3, Layer 1, the continuous slow death and or failure of Ethereum, metaverse and blockchain gaming, decentralized social media, I think YouTube, but 100 times faster without central node of control, astroturfable data exchange / storage, continued authentication and monetization applications, distributed key registries that are secure for MITM attacks, payment channels, and more. SAITO can be understood as a solution for inducing a free market to deliver a public good, and 22 will be a very good year for fellow Saitosians. So very awesome post here and very solid points. In my opinion, the stuff that SAITO again is going to be coming out with is going to be game changing. And just by those 7 different things that they're going to be implementing within their network is definitely exciting to see. It's not something, again, like I've seen before with other coins and other blockchain projects out there. The network is very, very undervalued in my opinion, and 100x likely, very likely from where we currently are. I did say 10 to 20x in my last video, but it's potentially going to be even more than that. Now, with that said, one of the biggest reasons why I bought $8,000 worth of SAITO is because of the long-term potential of this project. Could they fail and it go down to 0 and I lose that money? Yes, but I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to take that bet, because at the end of the day, we have a ecosystem here that's going to potentially outrank, a whole bunch of other blockchains out there. I'm all in for it. And again, I embrace new technology. I embrace new methods of incentivization, and SAITO is going to be bringing that to the table. Lastly, here you have somebody like Patrick Robertson. He's shilling SAITO at the bar. Imagine just going out there and spreading the word. That's as easy as it can come when it comes to, promoting mass adoption of not only certain coin, but crypto in general. So make sure you guys take the time to do that. Introduce your friends, family to SAITO, to other blockchains out there, because they're not going to know unless it's on their radar. A lot of people just pay attention to their own bubble that's around them. And if you kind of just, give them a little nudge here and there, they'll definitely open their eyes to, the blockchain space. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of this video. Hopefully it was a lot more informative than my last one. Definitely a lot to talk about when it comes to SAITO, and a lot of different concepts to wrap your head around. So make sure, again, like, comment, subscribe. I hope everyone is having a fantastic New Year's like I am. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.